Howdy ho, weirdos. It is Thursday again. My name is Mackenzie, and I am joined, as always, by...
I'm Chris.
And I'm Sarah.
And this podcast is for weirdos.
What are we talking about, Mackenzie?
We're going to talk about a haunted location.
Ooh.
Which one?
Where are we going?
Well, we're going to travel
We're traveling?
We're traveling.
to
We're going.
Corpus Christi, Texas.
That's not that far.
We're not going that far.
It's just a little road trip.
It's a little road trip.
like 3.5
home
hours
of
from
the
here.
first podcast retreat.
Yep.
And also home of this week's topic, the USS Lexington.
I've been there.
Wow, I've been there too.
I have also been there.
I grew up there.
Tell me what you know about Lady Lex.
God, so much. You go first.
Yeah, I was like, you know way more than I do. I've been like all of 1 or 2 times.
Okay.
I remember because she's called a blue ghost. Yeah.
Yep.
And they light her up blue at night.
They do.
But she's called the ghost because
I will
they
tell you why.
thought she sunk a couple times.
Correct.
But she didn't.
Correct.
So she's a ghost.
Yes.
And like, she's a warship. She's haunted.
Yep.
I don't know any specifics.
I do. Don't worry.
What do you know?
Okay, so I grew up in Corpus Christi. And unfortunately, the man who knows the most
Is dead.
Is dead. So we can't call
I
him.
already shamed Dead Ryan for
We
being
did.
dead
I
and
was
not
like-
being able to help me with
was
this.
Yeah.
like, you bitch. I guess I could call my cousin, who I
Let's-
haven't spoken to in
Let's not.
a long time, and be like, what do you remember about the ghost on the Lexington, Clayton? And anyway, so I grew up in Corpus Christi, been to the Lex a lot. For a long time, I had the like souvenir dog tags that you can get from the Lexington, which was actually really funny because my brother got my birthday wrong on them. He made them for me. He put my birthday was in May. He was like, I knew it was one of the months around my birthday, and I was like, you
What
were
a
there.
big brother move.
I was like, you were there. Anyway, I know it's super duper haunted. I know that it itself is a ghost. We have a picture of her actually in
the bathroom. We do. And by we, I mean you. It's the mutual. It's the bathroom we use when we're here.
Yeah, it's the upstairs bathroom. There's a little postcard sized print of a photograph of the Lex. She's a beautiful old girl.
She is.
I have a brief anecdote before we actually start talking about a funny thing that happened, not on the Lex, but on a similar ship.
Go ahead.
So
Okay.
when I went to California, we went to the Midway, the
Okay.
USS Midway, which is a similar, I think it's the next class up from the Lex.
They're both carriers.
They're both aircraft carriers, yes, but I think the Midway is a later class of carrier than the Lexington
I
is.
think so.
I'm not 100% sure, but we were there. And the Lexington, all of the little old retired Navy guys who are the docents are so sweet, and all they want to do is talk to you about that boat. And on the Midway, me and my brother were down in the engine room, and we were like, wow, this is so different than it is on the Lex, because it's like really open in the engine room on the Midway, and on the Lex, it's not. It's like way more like
Confined.
and like closed in. And we were like, wow, that's really interesting. And we were just like, wow, that's so different. And this little old man was like, where are you guys from? And my brother had like a Texas flag hat on because that was who my brother was. And he was like, we're from Texas. And he goes, you ever been to the Lexington? And we were like, yeah, we actually grew up in Corpus Christi. We went there all the time. My brother was like, I went to camp there many, many times, and I slept on it. And he was like, Midway's so much better than the Lexington. Our tour guides are nicer. Our engine room's cooler. And I'm like, we're leaving. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
we're not going to listen to your... And so we were like,
Get
bye.
fucked.
And walked away like while this old man was talking. So don't do that if you're a dozen.
Yeah.
Don't be like, where are you from? Let me shit on your local thing that I know about.
Yeah.
Which
You
is
can compare.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can be like,
Absolutely.
this is different because look at how big this engine room is in comparison to the Lexington, which is really small and confined because this is a later class vessel or whatever.
Right, and like explain why there's differences and whatever.
Right. Don't be shitty.
Shit it. Don't shit on other people's
Don't go,
stuff.
my hometown thing is better than your hometown thing.
Fuck you.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my anecdote. But yeah, I know a lot of the ghosts, but I don't want to steal your. I would like for this to be your topic, so I'm not gonna say what I know. I do know that it's super haunted, and every time I've gone, I've been like, "Ew, I feel yucky in this space," and then we like leave that space, and my brother's like, "There's a ghost that lives in there," and I'm like, "Thanks for telling me."
Thanks, Ryan.
Wait,
Okay.
tell me everything.
How would you? We're gonna start with, much like Lake Monster. I'm gonna tell you about the boat.
Yay! Tell me about that boat.
Tell me about the boat.
Tell me about that boat.
So the USS Lexington is a CV-16 Essex class aircraft carrier.
Fuck yeah.
She could carry a crew of she had a crew of 1,550 men and women, about 3,000 crew members during World War II.
Yeah.
The length of the flight deck is 910 feet, which is you can play 3 football games at the same time on it, like 14 basketball games all at the same time on it. It's ginormous.
Yeah.
Damn.
The length at the waterline is 880 feet. The height from waterline to flight deck is 52 feet. Its maximum width is 196 feet. Draft keel to waterline is 30 feet. It displaces 42,000 tons of water.
She's a big girl.
It can go 30 plus knots at top speed, and its range at max speed is 4,130 nautical miles.
Wow.
Nice.
She has 4 Westinghouse steam turbine engines developing 150,000 horsepower. The Kennedy is obviously not the same, but it is also a steam turbine
Yeah.
ship. So the ship that is about to not be my work ship anymore has a similar
Kind of engine.
Yeah.
She has 4 props, each 16 feet in diameter. There are 16 decks from the top of the pilot house to the double bottom. She has 8 Babcock, or there is 600 psi of steam, 850 degrees. She has 8 Babcock and Wilcox boilers, M-type 169 psi or 196. I can't read.
That's okay.
4 1,250 kilowatt generators and 2,000 kilowatt emergency generators. And then she could make up to 180,000 gallons of fresh water per day. She can hold 1.5 million gallons of ship's fuel and 440,000 gallons of aviation fuel.
Wow.
She had surgical facilities with a 20-bed capacity. There were 2 doctors and 14 corpsmen staffing their medical area. They had 2 dentists and 7 technicians, along with a full dentist's office on board. Their library could hold over 40,000 books. There were 2 steam-powered C-2 catapults on board,
Which is so cool.
that had a launch area of 211 feet. The flight deck landing area is 90,000 square feet. There are 3 hangar bays totaling over 40,000 square feet. Her anchors are 15 tons and 50 pounds.
Which is a lot.
And then in food service, the crew daily consumed about 660 pounds of meat, 164 gallons of milk, and 97 dozen eggs.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Remember, there's like 1,500 people on board.
Right.
So she was
Damn.
She was commissioned in 1943 and set more records than any other Essex class carrier in the history of naval aviation.
And we're proud of her.
And yeah, we are. This ship was the oldest working carrier in the United States Navy when she was decommissioned in 1991.
Wow, I didn't know she was decommissioned that late.
My
Yep.
brother was alive.
She was originally named the USS Cabot because there was already a USS Lexington commissioned and at war in World War II. During World War II, final construction on the Cabot was being completed at Massachusetts Fall River Shipyard when the original USS Lexington CV-2 was sunk in the Coral Sea. The new carrier's name was switched from Cabot to Lexington. After doing training maneuvers and a shakedown cruise, the Lexington joined the 5th Fleet at Pearl Harbor. The 5th Fleet was established April 26, 1944, and at this time it was called the Central Pacific Force. During World War II, the carrier participated in nearly every major operation in the Pacific Theater and spent a total of 21 months in combat. Her planes destroyed 372 enemy aircraft in the air, 475 more on the ground. She sank or destroyed 300,000 tons of enemy cargo and damaged an additional 600,000 tons. The ship's guns shot down 15 planes and assisted in downing 5 more. The Japanese reported Lexington sunk no less than 4 times, yet each time she returned to fight again, leading the propagandist Tokyo Rose to nickname her the Blue Ghost. This name is kept as a tribute to the ship and the crew and the air groups that served aboard her. After the war, the Lexington was briefly decommissioned from 1947 to 1955. When she was reactivated, she primarily operated with the 7th Fleet out of San Diego, California. And although she was not involved in actual combat, she kept an offshore vigil during tensions in Formosa, Laos, and Cuba. In 1962, she sailed into Pensacola, Florida, and began training operations, eventually being officially designated as CVT-16 Navy training carrier. And then Corpus Christi is the permanent home of the USS Lexington now.
Where she sits in the mud.
She was the first aircraft carrier in U.S. naval history to have women stationed aboard as crew members.
Whoa.
In 1980. She was the first carrier to conduct flight operations in the area of Cape Horn.
Woo!
She was the first carrier to establish a seagoing high school in September of 1967. She was the first foreign heavy fleet carrier to enter Tokyo Bay.
Woo!
She was the first carrier to deploy air-to-surface missiles. And she is the only carrier to hold the first carrier to hold the CVT Navy training carrier and AVT auxiliary training carrier designations.
Cool.
Woo!
So
It's a woo for all of those.
when you go to the Lexington,
What a neat gal.
She's a cool old lady.
she's very cool.
She's a cool old bird.
When you go, you walk up a forever long bridge.
You
You walk for a mile.
You walk
I
on the
do remember
longest,
that.
The
Longest gangway ever.
It's so long.
Because it goes from the beach all the way up.
all the way to the boat.
Like you walk for a solid half mile.
God, it's so
It's
long.
so long.
And
They
you're like,
do
wow,
have-
that boat looks really small. And then you're
And
like,
then
You're like,
oh.
Actually, it's very far away.
And then you walk up onto, I believe, the hangar deck.
yeah, you're on the hangar
You're
deck
on the
when you
hangar
come
deck.
in.
When you first come in, they now have on board 3 different escape rooms that you can do on the Lex. They're very fun. I have done one of them.
That's cool.
I did hear about those.
There are 5 different tour routes that you can go self-guided when you get on board. If you are not super ambulatory, you cannot do as much of these things.
Yeah.
You get the hangar deck, and you can go up the Lex lift, which is the elevator they put in after she was decommissioned, to the flight deck. On the flight deck, they've got all kinds of really cool planes. They do have, if you're a fan, not everybody is, they have the original plane used in the first Top Gun movie, painted
sick.
with Maverick and Goose. It's it's literally the one that has their names painted on it. It was the one used in the movie. And it sits out on the flight deck, and it's kept in really good condition.
It's very cool.
That's
it's very
really
cool.
neat.
Then you can go up into the bridge and the CIC,
tower.
and you can look at everything. You can go on the flight deck into the guns,
The gun turrets.
and the turrets, and go in there. And then if you go back down to the hangar deck, whether you take the stairs or take the elevator back down, on the hangar deck they've got a bunch of models. Scale models and stuff out. They're very cool.
Do they still have the flight simulator?
Yes, they do sell the flight simulator. They just opened a 3D 4D theater that runs a movie.
Oh, nice. I think they used to have.
I think they just remodeled
Yeah.
it. They've got a cafe and their gift stores all on the hangar deck.
Yeah.
You can go up to the forecastle, and they have a Pearl Harbor the movie exhibit. So a bunch of props and information on the Pearl Harbor movie. They also have actual information about
Pearl
Harbor, but
the event.
It's like they do the event and then it's like, look at all this movie
Look at all this
shit that we have.
cool stuff we have from the movie.
Yeah.
You can do tour route, I believe it's 4 or 5, and you can go down and see like all of the medical suite and the like the dining area, the mess, and like officers' quarters, and you can go down into the engine room, and you can really see the full breadth of the ship. And the tours are really great. All of their docents are super sweet. A lot of them are men and women that served on the Lexington in some capacity. You get to go through, like, I remember it is very haunted. You feel weird shit in a lot of places, but like they have an all faiths chapel and they list a lot of the, like, I think they have a remembrance of all of the people that died in service of the Lexington. And it's like a very somber area. So like it feels heavy in that space because they're playing like church music in that space, like piano church music in that space.
Yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, of course.
So one thing that I really like about the Lexington, having been on I like boats.
Yep.
Museum ships.
If there's a place I can go onto a museum boat, I'm gonna go on that boat.
There.
And so like other Navy ships specifically, especially of this era, Lex is one of the few that I've gone on, and I'm like, Lexington, Lady Lex, the Blue Ghost is still here.
Yeah.
Like that ship's soul is still inside of her.
Yeah.
And not just like the ghost of the people who are there.
The boat itself.
The boat itself. Because like
Has a soul.
boats have souls. Fight me.
Yep.
Not you guys. Listeners, fight me. You're
Listeners,
wrong.
fight me.
You're
Yeah.
wrong if you disagree with me.
Yeah.
Boats have souls, and Lex still has her soul. The Midway and also Texas, when I went on board them, I was like, oh, this boat's dead.
Yeah.
Like, this boat's dead. This is just metal.
Yeah. There's
The soul's gone. The soul's gone.
There is a boat that I've been on in the recent past that has a dying soul.
Oh. But that's just one of the things that every time I go to the Lex, it's like, even if there's nobody there,
She's
I'm
alive.
I'm like, wow, there's so much energy here. The boat is alive.
Yeah.
She's hopping. And it's not a like spirit activity thing. It is the boat
like
itself.
Her engines could turn themselves on at any point.
At any moment.
At any moment. She's alive.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Sorry.
No, you're fine. They also do, the Lexington has offered for a very long time Camp Lex, which is like a summer camp experience.
Camp.
Or Lex Camp, sorry.
It's either one.
Which Ryan did.
My big brother did that.
And
Woo.
they also do lots of outreach work with like scout groups or church groups.
I feel like there's always a scout group
You
there.
can do
Yeah.
Well, they do like specific patches and
Yeah,
stuff.
I know.
They have like
I feel like
they have
every
an
time I've gone, I'm like, there are so many Cub Scouts here.
well, because they do an entire they have an entire scout curriculum for those groups,
Which is awesome.
wonderul. So
I got a patch whenever I went.
yeah, so you get
Nice.
to do a whole overnight experience and sleep in the racks, and they have like bunks. My younger brother,
Your younger brother?
no,
Younger by 5
sorry.
minutes?
No, my twin brother.
He's older.
He's 12 minutes older than me. My twin brother, when we were like little kids, young kids, like 7,
Small.
8, something like that. He and my mom, their Cub Scout pack, did an overnight at the Lex. And they had the parents not super separated, but a little bit separated from the kids. So
Right.
the kids got to have like their
They're like, we get to be big kids.
well,
Yep.
and I think specifically like they separated like the moms, like the dads were probably in the same space
Yeah.
as the kids, but they separated the moms for safety.
Yep.
Youth protection. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Anyway, my mommy was in her rack, like her World War II
Rack.
bunk,
Yep.
and they tell ghost stories and stuff at these overnights, and Alex was so scared he went and slept with my mom. So my mom had to share a World War
rack.
II rack with a 7-year-old boy because my brother was terrified, and he's probably gonna be mad that I shared that, but I don't really care.
It's like maybe 3 feet across on a rack.
They're tiny.
They're tiny.
They're
Little
tiny.
bitty beds.
You can't roll
I mean,
over.
Alex was not a very big child, but
But
my
still.
mom was like, I did not get any sleep because I had your brother in the bunk
Your
with
mom
me.
was an adult woman. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had a 7-year-old down her pants, like sharing her PJs with her.
like my
Yeah. I mean, in that kind of bed, that's basically what's happening.
Yep.
So they also offer, like, you can get a guided tour with a ship's docent. You have to book those a couple days in advance to make sure. I think it's at least 3 business days. So that way they can make sure they have a tour guide and everything ready to go.
Especially since a lot of their docents are older, and so it's more of they're stationed in one spot for the day.
Yeah.
And they don't have to go up and down stairs.
Yeah, it's like they have to find like an actual staff member that can
move.
Move.
Guide you.
Who's the most ambulatory.
Well, they have like full-time like repair staff and maintenance crew, and
Right,
like, they have
right.
museum staff because like the last time that we were there, we took Graham Cracker, a couple like last summer or something like that, because I had to push her around in a wheelchair on the hangar deck and the flight deck. That lady still climbed all those stairs in the engine room, and I was a little worried about it, but she
But she
crushed
did
it.
Dear Lord.
With her oxygen on her carryable oxygen, and I was like, Graham Cracker, you can't die on me in the Lexington. I'll die.
But then she'll be a new ghost.
Much like an amusement park, they'll like take your family group picture before
Yeah.
you go
Yeah.
down to like one of the tours. All of their tours are really great. They have great information. They do talk about they honor the crew of the CV2, the original crew of the USS Lexington that sunk in
sunk.
Coral Sea. They honor that. There's an entire exhibit on those
this is our
people.
namesake. These are the people who lost their lives.
Yeah.
So they do that group, and they also have an entire like fleet room,
Yeah,
two
they
rooms
do.
of like model planes, all of like various eras of World War II on all sides, and
Yeah.
like the boats and the planes and I'm like,
That's so fun.
who?
It's also like one of the most respectfully done war museums.
It's so well
Like,
done.
It's so well done and
They talk
respectful of everyone.
They talk about the Japanese, and they talk about all of it. And I worked at a World War II museum,
Right.
That is very highly regarded.
Yeah.
And I would say it is on par. And I think it's a little bit different because they do talk about the war as a whole, but obviously it is focused on the history of the vessel itself.
the
So it's a
stuff that
little
the
bit
ship was
different.
specifically involved in.
Yeah.
So it's all stuff that the vessel was involved in.
Which is
It's also a great if you're into World War II, but you really only know the European theater of World War II.
Yeah.
A lot more than
Excellent.
you think happened in. Most people forget how much happened in the Pacific theater because everybody associates it with just like the bombings at the end of the war. But the Pacific
Pearl Harbor. That's it. That's all that happened.
Pearl Harbor and then the
so
end.
much happened.
And as the museum that I worked at when I was an intern was a Pacific Theater World War
Yeah.
II museum. So I am very partial to the history of the Pacific Theater because so much of what actually affected the United States happened in the Pacific Theater of World War II.
Yeah.
More people were sent to the Pacific Theater from America than were sent to Europe.
Yeah.
So anyway,
It's an
It's
important
just
part
right
of the
there.
war. Yeah.
It's just
It's
right
a lot
there.
closer. It's a lot more accessible to us
Yeah.
than like Europe is.
yeah.
And like Europe can't access the Pacific very easily.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, of course we're going.
So, it's a great from a museum nerd perspective. You should go.
Great museum.
I would like to go back soon.
Big stamp, approved. Go see that ship. Now Hauntings. Why we're here?
the ghost.
We're not just talking about the boat.
Hey, listen. Unfortunately, we decided to start a weirdo podcast and not a museum podcast.
Damn.
We just make
Can
them
do
mix.
both.
We
We
mix
can have a
them.
side
some-
project.
We mix them sometimes because they
'Cause we're us.
They intersect.
Right. And museums are about old stuff, and old stuff is haunted.
Duh.
So there is. I was not able to find every named ghost story. There are 2 main ghost stories that they tell there. One of them is Charlie, and Charlie is when people see him, he's in a uniform. People assume he is a docent, and he often will help you get back if you're lost, get back to wherever it is you're looking to go.
He's a nice guy.
And then whenever he gets you there, he just
Vanishes.
disappears. And
love a
he's
ghost that
pretty
just
commonly
leaves.
seen. I don't remember how old he looks. Probably in his 20s, 30s, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But people assume he is, museum staff, somebody in it that's dressed to match.
A docent. Yeah. Somebody
The
who's
theme.
supposed to be there.
And then he goes poof. But he's very helpful, and he just wants to be a helpful guy and talk about the Lex.
Talk about his boat.
And then there is I don't know that I couldn't find a name for this spirit. They call him the engine room ghost.
Which is way nicer than what I know about.
Oh no.
I was not able to find a name. Some people, I think, confuse Charlie and the engine room ghost. I think they are two separate spirits.
Yeah.
Ghost Hunters did do an episode on the Lexington.
I know.
But I did not watch it. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's
really old.
It's also probably one of the ones I think it's one of the ones that's harder to find.
Yeah, it's one of those early seasons that's really hard to find.
Yeah. I think it's post bad era, but still early enough that it's not like
It's
accessible.
Yeah. Anyway, the engine room ghost, if what I read was correct, because
Yes.
I have also not been on a tour of the Lexington that told these stories to me.
Right.
Because I did not get to go. When I went to Corpus Christi as a small child with my Girl Scout troop, we did go on the Lexington, but we did our overnight at the Texas State Aquarium, which Sarah
They don't tell you ghost stories about.
Sarah's bent about, let me tell you, which is not directed at me.
No, when I was growing up and I lived in Corpus Christi, there were like 4 camps apparently, because I just learned today that there was one at the History Museum or the Science Museum that I also didn't get to go to, but my brother went to. So there was Lex Camp.
How dare Ryan be 5 years older than
How
you?
dare he be an adult child? And I was a baby. We moved when I was 9. We moved away from there. When I was
You
9.
moved like when you were hitting the right age to do all of those things.
Yeah.
Right. So like Lex Camp wasn't a boys only
No.
camp, but I was not old enough to do it until we moved. So my brother got to go to Lex Camp. And then the camp that got to sleep at the aquarium was called Sea Camp. And it was for all ages. Like I also went to Sea Camp when my brother was going to Sea Camp, but the older kids were the kids that got to do the overnight
sleepover.
at the aquarium.
Because you were too little to stay without a parent.
I was too little to stay without a parent. And the overnight at the aquarium was specifically in the
Shark Tank.
shark area, which is called, it's either the Islands of Steel or Gardens of Steel.
I think it's islands.
I think it's islands.
Because it's the oil rigs. It's
Yeah.
like artificial reefs made by oil rigs.
Yeah.
And they have a sand tiger shark in there who's my best fucking friend. And I got a tooth from him for my birthday because I had my birthday party there several years because I like fish. And one time there was a scuba diver and they had a little sign that was laminated that said, "Happy birthday, Sarah," from the shark's name, and it was pushed up against the glass by a scuba diver, and then the shark swam behind because that shark has been swimming the same counterclockwise path around that tank for his entire life. And he goes by, and I was like, "Oh my God, he said happy birthday!" And then they picked up a shark tooth off the bottom of the tank because they shed teeth like Mackenzie sheds hair, and so they picked this tooth up off the bottom, and they were like, "Ah," and I was like, "For me," and they were like, "Ah," and I was like, "Oh," they went, "Ah," because it's scuba diving,
Yeah.
And then they swam to the top, and then the diver came out, and he was like, "A gift from the shark," and I was like, and I didn't get to spend the night there ever, and I'm really sad because that was the area where you had to sleep, and I never got to sleep on the Lex. Anyway, that's it. I grew up here.
So the engine room ghost gives lectures about the steam turbine because steam turbines are not commonly used anymore. Most engines now are diesel electric.
Right.
And so like the Kennedy is a big deal. The ship that I work for that is being about to go to layup and then to scrap. She's one of the last active steamships. So most people don't get trained on how these engines worked.
Right.
So there's this ghost that likes to give lectures about the turbines, except that he was there because he was decapitated by the turbines, I think.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Because I don't know this ghost story for sure, because there was a lot of misconstrued information when I was Googling on the internet, and I have not been in person told this story.
Allegedly.
We have not met him.
Hello.
Allegedly. My big brother.
I'm going to blame Dead Ryan if I have bad information.
My big brother. Okay, I don't know if the engine room ghost is this ghost, but there was a ghost on the Lexington that he was told every time he went to Lex Camp and every time he slept on the Lex, every single time he came home and he was like, "Did you know that a guy got decapitated on the Lexington and his ghost is still there and he doesn't have a head?"
Yeah, you told us last summer.
And I was like, "Yeah, you told me last summer and I still can't go, so stop." And what's really funny is we moved to Corpus Christi when my brother was 9. So it's like literally like the time that I could start going, we moved.
Yep.
Which I don't regret because if we hadn't moved, I would never have met these two idiots. Anyway, Like there is a ghost. There are many more ghosts than these two ghosts, but those ghosts are the ghosts they tell children about.
Yep.
So not these two. The other ones are the ones that they tell children about on the overnights. So I don't know how much of it's true, and I can't regurgitate any more of it. And my source is in a box.
Hey, you said you had a less appropriate name for that ghost?
The decapitated ghost.
Oh, just decapitated
or
ghost?
the headless ghost.
Okay. I thought he maybe had a funny name, like Headless Harry or something.
Like what?
Headless Harry?
No.
Nearly Headless Nick.
Yeah.
I was trying to come up with like a dick joke.
Yeah.
There are
Headless,
also,
but just the top one.
Yeah.
there are also
He's circumcised. Leave him alone.
general reports of mostly like residual hauntings. We've talked about that a lot in the past.
Yeah.
It was a at-war aircraft carrier for majority of its life. A lot of people died on it. They had full medical facilities on board because a lot of people died.
They had how many beds in that surgical area?
20.
20.
20, and they had 4 full-time doctors.
Like, y'all, war,
They also had 2 dentists.
Yeah.
aircraft carrier.
Yeah. 3,000 people on board when she was a warship. That's a lot.
So with that, there's a lot of people here, like, especially, so aircraft are held down by chains when they are on the flight deck. They get unchained and then launched.
Moved
They go zoom zoom.
They get moved around and then they get launched and then they get caught by like kind of these
Cables.
it's cables,
Catchy cable things.
catchy cable things. Anyway,
That's the technical term.
people often hear like chains dragging, not because there's some prisoner ghost, because they drag chains for machinery. Just to be really clear.
Machine
It's not,
chain.
it's not the ghost of Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Not Bob. Jacob Marley.
Bob.
So the
I made
problem
the
is-
same mistake the other day.
You've done it before because it's funny. Well, because in Muppet Christmas Carol, their names are Jacob and Robert. And what's the nickname for Robert? It's
Bob.
But Jacob is the one in the original story. It's not Jacob Marley dragging chains. It's an airplane guy.
It's Bob Marley.
So they hear people. A lot of times people will smell food cooking or people chattering or
Right.
alarms or stuff going off or running sounds. All noises that would be normal to hear on an active warship like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's lots of, and I have been on it. We've all 3 been on it. There's a lot of vibes in a lot of different places. Like
Yeah.
if you get in an area where there are not a lot of other people around, you feel it.
Yeah.
Like it's much harder to feel when it's like
When it's crowded.
When it's crowded, but
Because
like
Because you're like, oh, there's other people around. The other feeling, the
you're
other
also
people
getting like
feeling is
kind
the
of
other people.
you're also kind of getting cattle shooted through some of the areas. Like
Right.
you have a very specific path that you can walk.
Right.
And if they are backed up, you're kind of butt to butt with people. Like you gotta
Yeah.
move.
and one of the feelings that I would describe when you are not surrounded by people is feeling
Like there's a lot of people
crowded.
around you.
And
yeah.
because it was a busy, crowded ship. And so
3,000 people.
When you're around the groups, you're like, oh, I feel crowded because it's crowded. But then you're like down in like one of the areas and it's like you and your family and you're like, why do I feel like I need to like tuck my shoulders in? And it's like, oh, because I feel like there's 3,000 people in this room.
Especially in like, it's a tight. There's some areas, some of those halls, like the passageways and stuff, are tight.
Right.
Mhm. It's a warship.
It's a World War II era.
It's
warship.
a World War II era warship. They conserved as much space as possible. They used as little space as they needed.
They are being as efficient as humanly possible.
Right.
And so, the vibes are very, very vibey. It's very like you can, and like when you do the escape rooms, because they do the alarms and they make the noises and it feels very stressful. It's fun. They're good. They're good fun. I would do them again.
My yikes face wasn't in like, oh no, I don't like that they're doing that. It's I don't think I could handle it kind of thing.
I think I would get so stressed.
I think I would just shut down.
Damn. Valid.
So we've talked about so those are like, I'm sure there's a lot more ghost stories. We just haven't been told them.
Right.
And a lot of what's on the internet is very kind of like residual haunt. I experienced this.
Yeah.
You know, we heard somebody moving around. We called on an overnight. We called security. Security said there wasn't anybody there.
Right.
That kind of stuff. That's the general ghost story that you hear when you Google like hauntings.
Yeah.
Or Charlie. That's the only named ghost I've really heard of. I'm sure there are others. I just have not heard of them.
I like that his name's Charlie. It's a good name.
It's a good name.
However,
Charles.
you know, we talked about with Eastern State, another very haunted location that I talked about, and some other places that they don't really want to publicize their paranormal stuff.
Right. Like,
And
like the Alamo doesn't do haunted stuff.
And I was like, let me look and see, because obviously they tell children ghost stories. Let me see what if there's anything on their website
about ghosts.
because they tell children them. And I regularly. And so I went in their guided tours section just to see what was different than the self-guided tour. And on that page, there is a ghost tour. Ooh. And there is a trained paranormal guide that leads these tours through spaces around the ships that have reported activity.
That's sick.
The ghost tours commence in the evening after the ship is closed at 6 p.m. Tours last 3 to 4 hours.
Oh, dang.
Which is amazing. That's very uncommon for ghost tours.
It's a big boat.
It's a big boat, which is probably why. But
yeah. And they probably do a lot of like, let's sit in this space thing too.
Because do you remember how long it took us to do the boat?
A long time.
It took us
3 or 4 hours.
Y'all were doing investigation stuff too when you did it, though.
Right.
I don't know that this has investigation.
The boat that we did was much smaller.
A lot smaller.
Way smaller.
In order to take if you're interested in going to the Lexington and doing this tour, here's some information for you.
This information is for me and Chris.
Yes. You have to be at least 13 years old.
Done.
And if you're under 18, you have to be accompanied by a parent or guardian.
Also done.
Ghost tours are scheduled based on the availability of guides, and they are available on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. You must book them, like call to book at least 3 business days in advance.
Sundays,
Tuesdays,
and Fridays. Okay.
And
so
then,
if we do one, it'll probably be a Friday.
The tour guidelines, the tour is led by the ship's paranormal investigator, who will guide you to the sites of frequent anomalies. You must bring your own flashlight. Your guide will be equipped with some paranormal detecting equipment, but you can feel free to bring your own paranormal equipment. Paranormal activity is unpredictable, so there is no guarantee of encounters with any entities. That's, caveats.
Yeah. Good. If they don't say that and they say you're going to see a ghost,
you're wrong.
Don't go on that tour.
That's a bad tour.
Tours include climbing steep stairs, confined spaces, dimly lit or dark compartments. Please advise your paranormal guide of any pertinent medical conditions before the investigation begins. Please dress comfortably.
Knees hurt.
Bad knees.
Please dress comfortably and wear rubber-soled walking shoes.
Yeah.
Probably because you're going to go in an area with electricity and they don't want you to accidentally shock yourself.
Zap yourself.
Or slip.
Yep.
Again, you got to be 13 years old to go.
Got to be a grown-up.
So if whatever young people that listen to us,
children.
we have a couple of children. We have some teenagers. And
I think
nephew child of mine.
Nephew child
by
is old
proxy,
enough.
You are old enough, but you are not 18, so you still
Tell
need a
your mom
parent.
that
Tell
you
your
want to
mom,
go. She'll take you.
She'll take you.
Other child.
Nibbling of ours.
13 now?
I think.
13 now.
Going into.
Anyway,
maybe 13.
however, not only did they have a ghost tour.
I don't know what grade. Maybe.
Going in.
Okay.
Not only did they have a ghost tour, underneath their ghost tour, I don't remember the price of their ghost tour. I can pull it up.
Okay.
I think it's like maybe $50. But it's a long tour.
It's a
so
4-hour
It's a
tour.
4-hour
Hold
tour.
on, I can look real quick because it's
That's
gonna
like
bother me now.
$10.
A little over $10 an hour.
Like $10.25 an hour.
It is $50 per person.
Or no.
For the ghost tour.
Like $12.
Whatever.
But their regular guided tour.
Wait, reiterate. $50
per person.
Okay. I thought you said per person per hour.
No, per
like,
person.
Damn.
Okay.
No. Their other guided tour, like their daytime guided tour, is also $50 per person and lasts 3 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
it's the same price.
Yeah.
yeah.
One of them involves ghosts, though.
And then
A
the
trained
other one,
paranormal investigator.
the last one that they have is a late night paranormal investigation. And this says
She told us about this earlier.
yeah.
this late night experience is for semi-professional and professional investigators interested in serious paranormal investigations.
That's us.
That's us.
Your group will investigate the ship using your own methods and equipment at night when the ship is closed to the public and ends at approximately 2 a.m.
We have equipment. It's right there in a bag. In this
Tour.
room. Woohoo.
Tour guidelines.
Guidelines.
The ship will appoint a ship's representative who will inform you of protocols and safety requirement, of which the representative is in charge with enforcing those policies.
Right.
The representative will guide you to the site of past paranormal activities, accenting the most recent and or persistent. So they're going to try to help you help yourself. Your team will appoint a team leader who will supervise the team in using their equipment and investigation techniques. The ship's representative will remain wherever your group is to ensure that the required safety and other protocols are observed. And if you have questions,
They're
to
making
answer
sure
them.
you're not touching shit you're
They're
not supposed
making
to.
sure you're not going to die.
Don't
go down that ladder well. Don't open that hatch.
lick that doorknob.
Don't lick that doorknob.
Get that out of your mouth.
You must bring and use your own gear.
Done.
Keep in mind that the ship has numerous ladders, small doors and hatches, cramped spaces, etc., making small portable gear preferable. Excess equipment
No, I'm bringing that whole backpack.
Excess equipment can be locked away for safety. Be sure to bring fully charged equipment and or spare batteries. Battery drain does occur periodically.
Yeah, because there's ghosts,
And
bro.
then-
Ghosts do that sometimes.
Soda and water machines are available. You may bring small snacks, they say, and water canteens aboard. Bring a water bottle.
Your canteen.
And
I'm gonna bring my
then if
Steven.
you're not from this area, Corpus Christi, summers can be especially can be very hot, humid, and uncomfortable. Staying hydrated is a must. Yes, we know. Thank
We're
you.
aware. Thank
Yep.
you.
Investigations
Also, currently it's a shit show to get to the Lexington because
Of construction.
of the construction with
Oh,
the
damn.
harbor bridge.
Investigations will include activities which can be physically taxing. Please advise your representative any pertinent medical conditions before the investigation begins.
knees hot.
Dress comfortably and wear rubber-soled closed-toed walking shoes. I would recommend that if you're just going to go tour, please wear closed-toed shoes.
Yeah.
Wear closed-toed shoes. Brother,
it's
the worst
hot.
thing on the planet is
Burning
kicking,
your feet.
all-
Kicking a bolt.
kicking a ladder.
God,
in flip flops
hurts.
Yep.
as you're going up is the worst sensation on the planet.
Quick.
I have 2 more bullet points.
Okay.
Can you
Yep.
hold that long? Okay.
I can hold it.
Paranormal activity is unpredictable. There's no guarantee of evidence.
Right.
The Lexington maintains priority publication rights to all paranormal evidence, including photos, videos, or audio recording of paranormal events captured during an investigation.
If we go, when we go, it's not enough. When we go, podcast, you will also hear about it. They can't stop us.
They won't stop
What is
us.
your point?
Question.
Yeah.
So, because I haven't been on the Lex since I was about yay high.
A little guy.
Little guy. I don't remember what the walking texture is. Is it all sheet metal?
So there's a lot of sheet metal. Some of it is
like the ships that I'm thinking about.
So on the hangar deck
Uh-huh.
and the flight deck, it's textured. 'Cause
It's textured,
The
okay.
flight deck is like asphalt.
yeah.
okay.
And then the hangar deck is at least textured
Okay.
paint
Yeah.
on the floor.
When
It's
you're-
got like the sand grit in the paint.
When you're
the
down
rest of the boat,
lower is flat. It's
regular boat.
regular
Yeah.
boat.
Regular, just like metal.
Yeah.
Painted metal.
Painted
Yeah.
metal.
Yeah. So definitely wear non-slip shoes.
Yeah, wear non-slip shoes so you don't slip and
if
die.
it's guess what? They're open, rain or shine. So when that shit gets wet, that shit is
That shit's
slippery.
wet and you will fall.
And
you
you
will
will
fall on
slip.
your ass.
So take your time. Don't
Be careful.
go quickly.
Don't be a hero.
This
Don't
is
be a hero.
this is coming from somebody who slipped
Also,
on a warship,
hi,
fell on ass.
Whoever is watching this, make eye contact with me. Look at me. You're not looking. Look at me. Good job. It's a ladder, not stairs.
Use your handholds.
Turn around.
Turn around.
And face the fucking ladder when you go down, unless you are told these are stairs. Do you understand me, listener? I don't care if you think you're the coolest, hottest bitch on earth. You will slip and trip and bust your ass all the way down those stairs.
You'll
okay?
bust your fucking forehead on that
On the hatch.
on your rim
on the hatch combing as you come down. You're gonna bust your noggin. You're gonna bust your butt. It's
Yep.
a ladder. Don't be a cocky son of a bitch. And
Don't be
you'll
a hero.
You'll be able to get down it faster if you just go down it like a ladder.
Yep.
Then you have to like go.
Right, because you're gonna get scared if you look.
It's stupid. Anyway,
And
sorry.
also,
Stop it.
The guided tour, the ghost tour was $50 per person. This do your own investigation is $75 a person.
Ooh.
Easy.
Which is truly, we've looked at other places that do your own investigation. That's
very
super
affordable.
affordable.
Super affordable. It's also close.
It
Yeah.
is close. We were joking. We're like, we'll go stay. My parents happen to live in Corpus Christi, so we'll go
Podcast retreat.
we'll go
weekend.
podcast retreat at my parents and spend the night on the Lexington.
And that will be the kind of retreat where it's like we're going to go do stuff, not to record.
Right.
yeah. That'll be team building slash
team building slash investigation.
slash
A vlog.
My father will tell us all the things we're doing incorrectly.
And
with our sound.
we'll hold cameras like this, and we'll go, "What's up, weirdos?"
What's up, weirdo?
And then so is the other just fun little tidbits about the Lexington and its history with Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi is home to the minor league baseball team, the Corpus Christi Hooks.
Woo!
They play at
Whataburger Field.
And I don't know how much minor league baseball all of our listeners watch, but minor league baseball does this fun thing where they have alternate team names.
Yep.
So their standard name is the Hooks.
Yep.
And then they have one of their alternate team names is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuits.
Cute.
My mom got Harrison a Honey Butter Chicken Biscuits jersey the last time we were there. And
If you're not in Texas, that's a Whataburger thing.
that's a
It's a
Whataburger
Whataburger
menu
menu
item.
It's the best menu item.
And then they also they do a Blue Ghost Night.
Which is the shirt that Mackenzie's
my
wearing.
Shirt is currently a MIL.
Yep, you're in.
Is a minor league Hooks jersey.
Yeah.
That says Corpus Christi Blue
Blue
Ghosts.
Ghosts.
And it has the
The patch.
written in on both sides.
It's very beautiful.
It's very cute.
This is the paint color of the Lexington. This is the blue.
Navy gray.
Navy gray.
Yeah.
And they do at night light blue lights
They
on
light
it.
her up
and
blue.
also a fun thing that the Lex does is for the 4th of July or any other like firework events, you can go sit on the flight deck
go
of
sit
the
on the fire
Lexington
deck. Yeah.
and watch
That's so
fireworks.
And watch the fireworks in the harbor.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So
I like that.
the Lexington from another interesting museum standpoint is has always been a fully self-sufficient museum with grants, donations, and other things. They have never relied on funding from federal or state government.
Yeah.
Hell
Which
yeah,
is just
dude.
an interesting tidbit, like as museum people.
Yeah.
It's not a private collection. That's not what this is. It is
No.
just they have not had to seek.
It's still a publicly
It's a publicly owned.
Publicly
owned.
owned.
thing. It
It's-
is in the public trust, as
Yep.
we like to say.
It has just been, it has been supported and maintained by the community of Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
Donations,
admission.
They also on their website, if you go on and let's say you or one of your loved ones was a crew member on board the Lexington, they have a database of all of their crew members and their like email addresses, so their former crew members can keep in touch with each other.
It's so cute.
And it's
I
very
love this
sweet.
boat.
They do a lot of like they do different Veterans Day, like they do a bunch of community outreach and veteran outreach. They're a wonderful
It's
organization.
an iconic good museum.
They are a museum doing the good
Museum.
museum thing.
They're a
And-
museum doing museum right.
Yeah, they're
And
doing,
they,
like-
and they always have been.
yeah.
Yeah.
At no point have
it
I
is-
ever heard anything bad
it
about
is-
the Lex.
A little expensive, but for what you get out of even doing their self-guided tours is worth every
That
bit
money
of
goes
money.
directly back into the museum.
Right.
It
It's
is
a 501c3.
Yeah, it turns right back around into the museum. Even though she's not going anywhere, ships are a lot to upkeep. Ships are expensive. The paint, excuse me.
Ships that are in the ground
Yeah.
like that are expensive and difficult
As
to
somebody
maintain.
that buys paint for an operational vessel,
Right.
paint's so expensive, and the colors, because they do their best to keep it in the reg colors that she was sailed in.
Right. She is maintained incorrect label color.
And guess what? That paint is fucking expensive, friends. As somebody that has bought marine grade paint, shit's expensive.
It's expensive. And then like
And they still do upkeep. Like they still have to keep the AC running. They do have to maintain like museum standards for items that are in like collectible areas. So it's not like they can just let it get hot.
Right.
They have to maintain humidity levels. They do,
and it's in the water.
They do. It is sitting in the. It may be sitting in the mud, but it is sitting in water.
Yeah.
There's an amount of water touching her at all times.
She's in the Gulf.
Yeah. So they do have to do general maintenance on her. They also have to make sure everything is in working order to keep visitors safe.
Right.
And you know
Including maintaining that insane gangway.
they have to maintain the gangway. They have to maintain the ships, the planes and stuff that are on display. They have to maintain their collection as well, and the museum and the ship itself is part of that collection.
Yeah.
How much is admission right now, Mackenzie?
Admission right now.
Can you tell us?
I can.
Can I fun fact while you?
Yes, you may.
So another fun fact that should make you judge other warship museums a little harsher. The Navy will get museums if they are not keeping up with their previously owned by the Navy ships, planes, etc. So museums can absolutely get in trouble even though the Navy no longer owns that vessel.
Right.
And it belongs to the museum or to the trust or to whatever owns that vessel now. They can get in a lot of legal trouble and owe the Navy a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And the Lex is in no threat of that, but there are other museums that are.
And never has been.
Right.
Because she's always been so well maintained, so taken care of. She's so beautiful.
Current hours in admission for the Lexington. If you are a member of the museum, and I think you have to do all that in person. They don't have their membership stuff. I could probably find it if I look a little harder, and I will in a moment. Members and children 3 and under are for free.
Yep.
Adults are $21.95, 18 and up.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Seniors are 60 and up, and they are $17.95.
60 and up is good for senior.
And then military is $15.95 with a military ID.
Yep, pretty good.
Youth 13 to 17 are $17.95.
Okay.
Reasonable.
For children 4 to 12 are $14.95, and then you pay $5 for all day parking.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And you can come and go
Yeah.
from the museum. Their hours are 9 to 5, September, Labor Day, September through Memorial Day, May, and 9 to 6, Memorial Day, May through Labor Day, September.
So in the summer.
And then for spring break in March, whatever the school district has determined. They are only closed on
week
Christmas and Thanksgiving days. And if you are a member, parking is also free. The hangar deck and flight deck are wheelchair accessible. The 3D mega theater, mess deck, ship store, and restrooms are all on the hangar deck.
Yeah.
The Lex lift elevator takes those unable to climb stairs to the flight deck. You can't bring in food or drink. You can only bring service animals on board. Yeah. That is to protect your animal. And then, let me see if there's a membership tab. Fucking help me.
I think we may have been members when we lived there.
Oh, neat.
All right.
We went pretty frequently.
A student membership. Membership includes free admission to the museum, including the 3D mega theater.
Oh, cool.
Free parking, invitations to special previews and programs, and a 10% discount in the store.
Nice.
Okay.
10% discount.
That's pretty good.
How much is it?
A student, so 17 and younger, is $40 a year. An individual, one adult, 17 and older, is $60 a year.
Fuck yeah.
A couple, so 2 adults, 17 and older,
Right.
is $90 a year
For 2 people?
for two
For two
people.
people.
And then a family membership, so 2 adults and up to 4 children, is $120 a year.
So what we should do is we should all become members.
And then
Right
then there are donor levels.
Right.
So a captain is $250 per year.
What does that get you?
Unlimited free museum admission, 3D theater for 2 adults and up to 4 children, a VIP guided tour, And $160 of that membership price, so what would be like a family membership or a little bit more than a family membership, is tax deductible.
Oh,
That's nice.
So you get basically the added VIP tour.
Yes,
Okay.
and it looks like it's the same for the Admiral, like the perks are the same for the Admiral level,
But it's more tax deductible.
$500 a year.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a corporate membership, so like for a business,
For a corporation.
they have the Dauntless, which is $275 a year. Oh, these are corporate membership levels.
Okay.
Got
Yeah.
it. There are 3 transferable cards, so I'm guessing like admissions
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
membership cards, and then a 15% discount at the store.
Ooh. Businesses. Get
and
on that.
so each corporate card
We're a business.
is for 2
Not
adults
yet.
and up to 4 children.
2 adults.
2 adults.
Oh, each card is
Each
worth
card. So
That.
like
But you get 3 cards.
Yeah.
So you get
We're
3
good.
Yeah. So you get 3 cards, or the Corsair level is $500 a year for 4 transferable cards. The Avenger is $750 a year, 6 transferable cards and a 20% discount. The other 2 are 15% discounts.
That's a good discount.
B25 is $1,000 a year, 8 transferable cards and a 25% discount.
25!
And their highest level of corporate membership is the Fleet Admiral, $2,500 a year. You get 10 transferable cards, a 25% discount at the store, and use of the Hangar Bay event area with restrictions.
That's cool.
You can be like, hi, we need to book an event. I'm a corporate member. Here's my card. I'm a fleet admiral with my business.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fucking cool to be able to have an event? What if we were
It was $2,500 a year.
one day?
We don't have 10 people to give the cards to.
No. But like, remember how
But a 25%, honestly, I'd pay that just for the 25% discount in the
Me
store.
too.
I'd go in and I'd go buy a t-shirt every week. Hello, I'm here for my weekly Lex t-shirt.
So for the 275 corporate is for the corporate sponsorships, are they sponsorships or memberships?
Memberships.
Are they treated like sponsorships at all? Do they get like ad space on like when the Lexington does
An event.
an event on the bottom of their little
Says
pamphlet?
Our
Does it-
corporate members.
Yeah, our corporate members are Whataburger, and this podcast is for weirdos, and
We could share ad space with Whataburger?
right. And so I'm just curious, like, are there any corporate, like, are is that something? Because I would be interested in looking into that.
It doesn't say. We could probably call and ask those questions.
Send them an email.
Send them an email. Yeah,
Hi, we're a small business.
we're a tiny business.
Interested in that we don't exist as a business yet.
However,
but we're interested.
We're very excited about your museum. We love your museum.
We love your museum. I have
We love
been.
what you do.
I have been attending your museum since I was 4. Haven't been back in a hot minute, but I love it.
Right.
And
It's like we
would
love what you're doing.
I think maybe if we're able to have a real conversation about starting some kind of like
A business account. Yeah.
then we can talk about that.
For sure.
But yes, I am interested in that.
Like in the
So-
future.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
it's like this is not in the next 6 months type
So-
of deal.
Yeah.
I think. What did you think? Do you have any other comments, concerns, questions?
excited to go do a ghost
We are gonna.
We're
So
gonna
don't
go
worry,
on.
listeners. We're gonna go do this paranormal investigation.
We just gotta let Chris finish healing up.
Yeah, I
From his
gotta.
I need
my
Chris's.
surgery.
I need Chris's knee to work properly before
Yeah,
we
he's
take
got to
him down
be like
laterals.
fully cleared.
I have to be fully cleared, and that'll
That's a
happen
lot of stairs.
next June.
Yeah, so it's
Which
gonna be.
also means we could probably. I think we would probably not be able to do it. They do a haunted house on the Lex in October.
So maybe next October,
So,
not
like-
this coming one.
I'm saying we might have to. They may not let us do it when they have the
The haunted house going
set
on.
up. So we might have to wait either before October or into the
I want to
like
do
November.
it when it's cold.
Like we could do it like November, December probably because again
Yeah.
they're only closed Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Right.
I would be down like right before Thanksgiving, like that Thanksgiving break.
Yeah, like in November. Yeah. So we will keep your eyes peeled. We'll obviously keep you posted. keep your eyes on our socials, and we'll keep you updated with when we're going to go to the Lexington.
Like, follow, and subscribe.
Like, follow, and subscribe.
Hit that bell.
Comment on things if you're really excited to see us go to Lexington. I don't know why I'm from the fucking
Hey,
Midwest.
and a lot of our listeners are from Texas. If you've been on the Lexington and you've experienced something weird,
Let
tell
us
us about
know.
Tell us. Send us an email. Comment on social media. Tell us on the Discord. Join our Discord. We're doing that thing that we need to do.
Other than that, I think that's everything you need to know for now on the USS Lexington.
Until we capture a ghost on film.
Join us next week for something else fun.
Something.
Something.
Thanks for listening.
This podcast is for weirdos.
Are you a weirdo?
Thursdays are for the phenomena.